Today I'm talking about NCARB's Competency Standard number 10. Evaluate the progress of construction for conformance with contract documents and design intent. There are 5 bullet points that all support, and they all relate also back to Competency Standard number 9, which if I talked about that last time, if you missed it, go to my LinkedIn posts, you'll find it there. Prepare and administer documentation of the construction phase. So there's an interrelationship here, and I'll point those out. But the first bullet point is complete site visits and participate in meetings at appropriate intervals to observe construction progress and assist in interpreting the construction documents. The most important thing that you can do early in your career is get on construction sites. But in order to meet this competency standard, the thing that you can do right now is, of course, go on a construction site, but go there with intent. Actually plan out your site visit. Plan on, depending on what stage the construction is, plan ahead of time what you're actually going to be looking for, so that when you're there, you can actually go look for it. Now, a lot of these will be guided by what are the open questions, RFIs, or what are the things that are being submitted, and you want to look at the substrate or the conditions where that material is going to be installed, just to make sure that it's the right submittal, especially if the contractor is offering a substitution. The next one is evaluate the work performed in relationship to the construction schedule. If they're not in alignment, coordinate with the client and contractor to develop a solution. Having a handle on the progress of construction is really important. The contractor will provide a schedule, and often what they call a 3-week look ahead. It's a short-term schedule. What are they doing right now and in the next few weeks? And if that starts to slip, you really start to see it. And so you want to look for the things that are causing that to slip. What are the delays? What are the things that are actually prompting the contractor to miss the schedule? I've been on a lot of construction sites and projects where the schedule was completely blown, and we often didn't really see what the trigger was until well after it was way down the road and there's too much stuff to get caught up on.
This is just a quick break to ask you a question. Are you getting value from this content? If you are, please click the subscribe button. All right, back to the training.
The next bullet point, review and evaluate and take appropriate action on shop drawing, submittals, testing, and inspection reports and samples. This relates back to Competency 9, where you're actually creating a system of record keeping for tracking those, and you're creating appropriate responses. So now what you're doing is evaluating and taking action on these items, sending them to the engineers for their review, or actually reviewing them yourself to check them against the construction documents to make sure that they're in conformance. And the next one is advise and assist the client with project closeout procedures, substantial and final completion, review, and preparation of closeout materials. In 9, there was perform closeout activities and deliver final documents. This one is advising and assisting the client with those closeout activities. And finally, evaluate the performance of a project after the completion compared to the design intent. This is post-occupancy evaluation, essentially. There's a formal way of doing that, and then there's the informal way where you look at everything that's done and compare it to what did you really want? What were the goals? Now, you have to be asking yourself that all the way through the project. You can't just ask yourself that at the end and compare it to what got the result. Because if there is a little bit of divergence somewhere along the way, you can make corrections to get it back on track with the design intent.